Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday to you. It is great to be with you. My name is Blair Miller, and here in the Atlanta News First Newsroom for ANF Plus at the First Alert Desk. And tonight, updating you on some of our top stories and giving you an update on some of the weather that we're experiencing here. Again, seeing storms around the area. So hopefully you're having a great week, a great night. Of course, one of the big stories is it is the final night of the Republican National Convention that's taking place out in Milwaukee right now, and we will hear from the nominee himself, Donald Trump, the former president, will be speaking tonight. He's expected to speak around 10 o'clock tonight, so about an hour, 45 minutes from now, he is expected to speak. But if you've been watching this throughout the week, most of the speakers have been going on pretty late. So we will see how that kind of unfolds. Let's take you live inside if we can right now and show you what's happening in there right now. We've had some of the speakers already kind of laying out the warm-up for the former president, who we'll hear from a little bit later this evening. And so there are a bunch of speakers lined up, a bunch of performances expected here tonight if you're watching the broadcast somewhere else. But live look at what's happening in there right now. You know, this is the finale of the convention, which is happening just days after the former president survived an assassination attempt. So a lot of talk about what he will speak about tonight, how much unity he will bring together, what his tone will be like. But the fourth and final night of the RNC could be a game changer in the 2024 campaign. But this all taking place here in Milwaukee, as it has been all week long. And former President Donald Trump is preparing to take the stage there tonight. Right now, putting the finishing touches on what's being billed as a highly personal speech. It is the first time the nation will hear from the former president since he was cut off mid-sentence by gunfire during that assassination attempt at a Pennsylvania rally on Saturday. He's been there each day, and we've seen him inside the convention hall, but this will be the first time he's spoken publicly to everyone there. Atlanta News First is bringing you team coverage tonight, as we have been all week long of this speech. And our Doug Reardon has been there, and he's been looking at what delegates are expecting to hear tonight. And this is a little bit of what he found earlier today.
Former President Donald Trump had a speech ready to go for his appearance tonight at the RNC to accept this nomination. But after what happened this week with the attempt on his life in Pennsylvania, he said he scrapped it for something, in his words, more unifying. And that's exactly what we'll be listening for tonight. Can Trump forego his usually fiery and accusatory language for something more civil? It might be tough. Yesterday, his longtime advisor Kellyanne Conway said up on stage that you don't get Trump without the bravado. But both parties have called for stepping back that type of speech after the assassination attempt. Here's what Georgia couple Julianne and Jason Thompson, both members of the Georgia Republican Party, want to hear from Trump tonight.
Or he can't afford gas. We have a porous border. I mean, the crime's out of control. So these are real issues that are there that we need to talk about.
We're very excited to hear about how he plans to strengthen the military, how he plans to make our country safer.
And even before Trump takes the stage tonight, we have a very interesting lineup of speakers. For one, Trump's former cabinet member Mike Pompeo, also former Fox News host Tucker Carlson, as well as professional wrestler Hulk Hogan. We're at Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.
And we will be talking with Doug a little bit later tonight during our newscast when after the president has spoken, the former president has spoken. And we'll also have analysis really on both sides of the aisle as people digest this and what we hear from the president. Is there that tone, that different tone, that personal speech that some of his supporters saying we will hear, and how much unity is felt in that hall after this speech tonight? So we'll be watching that closely, and we'll have that for you, the latest coming up tonight at 11. Another big story today, Fulton County's Housing Authority facing a lot of tough questions here tonight in hot water after allegations of misusing some federal funds. The agency is really now potentially facing some serious penalties, and our Brittany Ford has been looking into the impact and what has been found and what this could mean.
I'm Brittany Ford at the Fulton County Housing Authority, where the county commission has called for the entire board here to resign following some serious allegations. And you can take a look. This is a letter sent by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development that threatens sanctions and financial penalties on the Fulton County Housing Authority for multiple failures and violations. Fulton County has no control over the Housing Authority operations. It's only responsible for designating appointees. They're now looking to create an entire new board. HUD has given the board until July 31st to get things right.
That report from Brittany Ford, who's been following this. So we will have much more on this story and much more coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. And you can be watching us here on Atlanta News First or Atlanta News First Plus. We'll have these stories and much more. Again, we'll have live coverage from Milwaukee as soon as the president's speech is over. So last night we went on air about 11:30, and so we'll see what happens here tonight. Switching gears now and talking about what's happening outside, because beautiful picture as we show you this live picture over Atlanta right now. It's beautiful over the skyline right now, and kind of what's left after some storms moved through and some heavy downpours at times. And that's somewhat the pattern we've been in with these first alert weather days. And our team of meteorologists has been tracking those storms, and as they've been marching through the area, it seems like clockwork on the afternoons. And so I was hoping to speak with meteorologist Patrick Pete, but he may be working on the forecast right now for what we can expect here tonight. So we will have the latest from Milwaukee, but we will also have the latest with your forecast, and we'll have that for you tonight at 10 o'clock, but also at 11 on Atlanta News First. Have a great night, enjoy the RNC, and we'll catch up with you later.